Hey, what's up, guys? In today's video, I want to share my little personal story that happened a couple of days ago. For the first time ever in my life, I decided I'm gonna try and get geeked at work. Even saying it sounds so stupid to me, but yeah, I decided to do it. For those that don't know, I work in like security, like overnight security. So legit, nothing is ever happening in overnight security, especially in the spot that I'm in. It's pretty much a ghost town, so the I guess the risk involved or whatever is next to zero. And this you'll find out if you ever join security in some locations, or if you ever do overnight security. For that fact of the matter, is that there is a shit ton of downtime, and you can't. I mean, you can get away with sleeping on the job. I wouldn't recommend it personally, but there's a lot of downtime. There's nothing happening. You're just pretty much there until it's morning time, and then the only time you see people really is when the workers come in at the morning time, which is only like 5 in the morning or something like that. But anyways, on to the story. So I was actually like talking with my friends about it like the day of. I went to work at, I want to say like 10 p.m. So before then I was just like fucking shooting and shit with my friends and saying, bro, I'm gonna get messed up at work, dude. I mean, why not? Just to pass the time or whatever. So I already have in my drawer or whatever some Edicimos. If you don't know what I'm trying to say, you need to read up. But so I put the Edicimos in my freaking my backpack that I bring to work or whatever. So I had one, and it's really chill. It's just no crazy shit, no nothing like that. It's just 10 milligrams, and that the activation time or whatever, or like the duration period, I think is like 3 hours or something. I know I just put up 4, but it is 3 hours. So I get to work, I park my car, and so I'm patrolling like the outside, basically the parking lot of this warehouse or whatever, and essentially, obviously it's nighttime. It's freaking like 10 p.m. So no one should be on property or whatever. So I think I'm in the clear. All I gotta really do, my duration of the shift is occasionally drive my car around and like patrol at some checkpoints or whatever, and then write a report. So it's really brain dead work, to be honest with you. Like even you could get zapped by a freaking lightning bolt and probably still do this job perfectly. So I'm in my car, and I decide to pop the Adissimo, and so with that, I ate it. I ate it, and with that, it took like an hour of just kind of like sitting there. And well, obviously before then, or after I took it, I immediately did my patrol or whatever, so I wouldn't be too like messed up or whatever to be able to like not do it. I know to my heavy people that are into that whole affair, they're probably like, oh, 10 milligrams, that's some weak shit, bro. That's weak sauce or whatever. But for me, I'm not really big into that. So my tolerance level, I guess, is pretty low or whatever. So even like the small stuff does like affect me or whatever. So I do my patrol. I'm going around the building, checking the checkpoints and all that. And then we get over to I believe like the 2 hour mark probably hits what 12, and I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm starting to feel like the for those who have never done it before, I try and like explain it to my friends like how it feels. To me it feels like kind of like TV static, like those old TVs, like the black and white like TV static. I'll put up a picture, but it feels like that, and like the white noise sound just buzzing in your head for like a minute or whatever, and then it feels chill or whatever. So that starts happening to me, and that's when like the weird shit starts happening at work, because keep in mind this is like 12 a.m. in the morning or whatever. So no one should be on site at all. And I see a couple of times this random like SUV or nothing. It's got no like security plating or anything or nothing like that that would like indicate that it is my fellow security personnel from another site or whatever. Like occasionally I see other like security patrol cars, and I wave. I just knocked my. I really apologize about that. So you see like occasional like security patrol cars or whatever, and they got like the branding or whatever on them. So obviously and you just like wave up your hand or whatever, just an acknowledgement or whatever that both this is a bullshit job and no one wants to be here. But this guy, he had nothing whatsoever. It was just a plain SUV, and he was driving around my site, and I was like low key tripped out because I had just parked the car or whatever, and I was content with just like reclining the seat and just leaning back and just disassociating for my entire shift just to make the time go by quicker. But no, this guy kept on driving around. So after I saw him, he drove off a property and I guess went across the street to do something. I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of feeling it at this point. So I'm like, oh, let me actually do my job, I guess. So I turn on my car, and I drive around the property or whatever, just to make sure. Like after he had driven off a property, like, yeah, like what was this guy doing? Why was he driving around our property? And I'm like too I guess I'm too messed up to actually do any confrontation or nothing like that. I feel like I would just be a bumbling idiot or whatever, just completely like tripped out like. So I drive around the property, and I didn't notice anything weird or nothing like that. So I get back to my OG position or whatever, and I kind of move the car in a way there where I can see the main entrance to our site or whatever, and I see the SUV. It comes back into the property, and I'm like, oh shoot, bro. I'm like, oh dude, and then I see even worse. He's coming towards me. He's driving towards me. So I'm like, oh dang, dude. I'm like not prepared for this at all. So I'm like low key tripping out in my car. I'm like kind of not like hyperventilating, just like bro, like oh my, like, I'm just like palm in my face. I'm not ready for this, man. So it could be anything. It really could be anyone in that car. But so the car approaches and he hops out of the car, and then I see him and I'm like, dude. Well, first of all, I'll kind of describe like how he looked. He kind of looked like this is like no diss to him. He was like a very nice guy, but he just had like a suspicious vibe. Like if you've ever done security before, or you've ever, I don't know, been outside of your freaking house, man, you know what a suspicious person looks like. So this guy, he was looking kind of just like something was off about him. But he had one of our security shirts on, and he was in like the whole get up or whatever. But I was in my paranoid state of mind. I was like, dude, this guy, I have no idea who this guy is. As far as I know, I'm the only one that should be on the site. So I'm like, I don't know if this dude like somehow got one of our company shirts or whatever and was just like driving around in his own personal vehicle, and there was no brand. That was like my biggest thing was he didn't have any branding or nothing on his vehicle that would indicate that he is security. So he's just driving around in his own personal vehicle, and he comes up, and I'm like thinking like, dude, did this guy like steal a uniform or something? I don't know. It's all my alarm bells are like ringing off in my head as like the TV static is like going in my head. And I'm like, oh dude, geez. So he comes up to me, and the thing is, he keeps on getting closer to me. So this dude is like he's short, but he's like super stocky. So I thought in my head, I'm like thinking of all the possibilities like going on. I'm like I don't know why, but he kept on like getting like kind of closer to me, like to talk to me, and I thought he was gonna swing on me. I thought for sure, like in my mind, I had already made up like, dude, this dude is like an imposter or whatever. He's like, I don't know what he is, and I thought he was gonna like slug me in my face because he was super stocky. He was built like a Street Fighter character. I thought he was going to hit me straight in the jaw and then, like, I don't know, like, rob me or rob the site. But if he robbed the site, I wouldn't give a shit. But most importantly, don't hurt me. So, yeah, so I was scared, dude. I was scared. But this guy, he was just chill. He was just, basically, he told me that, oh, yeah, I'm the night supervisor, even though my daytime supervisor had never told me that there was a nighttime supervisor, and that he was the just filling in for different positions that are around my site. So he just wanted to drive up and introduce himself to me, which I gotta commend that, this guy's got some big freaking cojones or whatever, man. To, just pull up on a random security guard and just strike up a conversation like that. Because me personally, when I'm doing security, I'm not trying to talk to no one, man. Especially on the night shift, it's like that's my chill time. That's my chill time where I'm really not trying to talk to anyone unless I have to. So no, this guy comes over and introduces himself, and as far as the conversation's going, everything's checking out. But I'm just like, I'm really like, it's really hitting me at this point where I'm like disassociating hard. Like he's having a conversation with me, but I'm not really like present in that moment. If you know what I'm saying, I'm like really kind of just like blanking out and just kind of like I want to say like staring off into space or whatever, but just like zoning out. So I really don't like in my head, you think that they can notice it. So I really don't know if he noticed it himself, where he's like, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. If he's like just stupid or he's like tripping out or he's just like low IQ. Him thinking that to me in that interaction. So I'm like trying to like agree and say like, yeah, man, yeah, nice to meet you, bro, or whatever, just to try and speed the interaction along to where he'll leave me alone or whatever, so I can go back to rotting in my car. So after a while of just like awkward like pauses during the like like the awkward silences during a conversation or whatever. So after like 5 of those, he finally like gets the memo or the hint or whatever that I'm not really up for like conversation or whatnot. So he's just like, yeah, man, go ahead and get my number on your phone in case you need anything. Just text me. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, man. So I'm like trying to get my phone out. I'm bumbling with that, and it's just like it's so over with that. And after I got his number, he got in his car and he left. So that was one situation where it was completely clear I was just being a paranoid freaking schizo, man. So that's one disbenefit about getting geeked at work is you become like super paranoid. You really do. You really become paranoid. So after he left, I decided to do another patrol, and I was thoroughly sauced or whatever at that point. So during my patrol, I was a bumbling. I don't even know what I was doing. I remember that I started frolicking on my patrol for some random reason.
Oh my god, I'm frolicking. Why you ain't tell me we was frolicking? What?
Like skipping and jumping. Like I really don't know why. And then another instance was I came across like a reflection of myself in the mirror, and keep in mind, like my whole outfit, I really do look like Chris Griffin from Family Guy. Like that's what our uniform looks like. So I'm like looking in the mirror, and I'm just like, I see myself for the first time, and I'm like, dang, dude, I look freaking haggard. I look crazy right now. So like I was looking pretty disheveled. So to only imagine the other nighttime supervisor guy. coming up on me, and I'm just looking crazy, dude. I'm looking like completely disheveled. Like I look back at it and I laugh at it because it's just stupid. It's just one of those stupid like security moments where it's just like everyone's so awkward with each other because when you're doing security, no one wants to talk to each other pretty much. Especially nighttime security, you're just like in your own head and you're in your own zone. You just want to be left alone until it's time to clock out. So I finished that patrol and I'm just at that point where I'm just like everything's just like zoning out, man. I feel like well, that's not like a good that's not like a YouTube friendly scene to refer to, but basically I was zoning out. I cranked the recliner all the way back in the chair, and I started bumping up the tunes, dude. And oh my god, it felt amazing. It felt really good, honestly. It helped get through the night process a lot quicker, man. Like it felt amazing too. That's I guess if you're already into that stuff and you have a job where you're able to get away with it, by all means, man, I would recommend it, to be honest with you. Even though this is terrible advice and you should never listen to me. Yeah, I would recommend it personally. It definitely helped the night go by a lot quicker, and of course, it made things a lot funner. That's not right, but yeah. I would say it did help me out with staying awake, surprisingly. Because usually on my shifts, I'm like doing like the like Batman micro sleeps or whatever. I'm like dozing off, and I wake up super quick, and I'm like, I don't know how much time has passed, but it's only been like a minute or whatever. I did not fall asleep on my shift at all. At one point in that job or that night, I did not fall asleep once. So that is one benefit. Will I probably do it again? I will say maybe, but probably not, because at the end of the day, I am like the sole person that is responsible for the site, so that is pretty bad if I'm not in full functioning mental capacity to be able to handle whatever like questions or concerns. Like the other night before this all happened or whatever, I was completely clean, my system's all good to go, and I had this truck driver that drove in on the lot and was asking for directions. Now if I was the person I was the other day, like sauced and with the Adissimo and all that shit, that interaction would have gone completely horribly. So that is why it is good to keep. I don't even need to say this; you guys probably already know, but keep a clear head. So I would say definitely try it out once. Try it once if you're able to get away with it, because it's a pretty good feeling. I won't lie. But yeah, that's my experience with getting geeked at my work for the first time. So let me know. Yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching.